What's going on? Welcome in to Dollars to Deuces, episode number 48. This is week 18. We finally made it. I guess I don't want to say we finally made it. I'm kind of sad that it's here. But been a long season, been a fun season, and we got a special guest with us this evening, Mr. Jared Gray. How you doing tonight, pal?
I'm great. This is my third show tonight, so I'm, me getting after it today.
Hell yeah!
Throw down Thursday, as I like to call it.
Jared, for some of the, I'm sure everybody knows who you are and stuff like that, but let us know what you do and what's got going on.
So obviously I'm part of T2T. I run the head-to-head podcast, all IDP podcast with the guys. Myself and Nino are on that, as well as Russ Mavis on Tuesdays. And on Fridays, me and Nino run a college show called P2P, the Pasta Playoffs, where we do an all-college show, every single Friday. We can kind of mix it up, maybe, talk about different things. We'll have a show tomorrow, and we'll talk about national championship and obviously the FCS game like we're going to talk about tonight, but a little bit different aspect of it.
Yeah, Jared, you guys have been killing on this show. Just let everybody know some of the guests you guys have had on there, because you guys have had some killer guests on there.
Yeah, so we've had Carson Steele, Maddie used to be with Ball State. He just committed to UCLA. So he's one of our biggest guys. We've had an offensive lineman from a junior college, or not really junior college, a Division III college. He's going to be in the Senior Bowl. We've also had Maddie Hoddock from Tulane. We've had Tajay Spears, who's the AAC Player of the Year from Tulane. Nick Anderson, linebacker from Tulane, as part of one of our guests. So yeah, we've been we're first year starting it, but we've been getting after it. We also got two really big guests coming up. Just going to leave that out there. Not really putting it out there who it's going to be on the P2P and H2H. So
I'm working on another guest for you guys too. So
that's what I hear.
Yeah, I said hopefully the next day I'll have all the contact info I need, and we'll get it lined up pretty quick. So, but as always, check the show out on Twitter at Toilets Titles. You can find me at Nate_Dirt19, Rich at Frito Bandito _FF, and you can find Jared at Jared Gray. Rich, how you doing? Sorry, we kind of like jumped ahead. Do you have a nice New Year's?
Yeah, man, I had a great New Year's and stuff like that. Shout out to my son Keegan, his birthday today, turned 16.
Oh yeah, happy birthday.
But yeah, man, just weird year starting out and stuff like that, but good and everything. Although you say it's week 18, Dollars to Deuces, we actually get to keep on going a little bit longer because we get to talk playoff, still player props. So we'll still be around for a couple weeks, and we're going into the Super Bowl. So we still got some more weeks going, man.
We'll probably talk before the draft too. We can bet on that even. So
there you go.
Right? No, yeah, New Year's was fun. Got to be a part of a wedding. Got to marry a couple. So that was a nice little start to the year. And yeah, it was a nice evening. And
I keep on forgetting you are what do you call that?
That's right. Yeah, the wife was in. She was a maid of honor.
Ordained minister.
There you go.
The wife was in it, and then our son was one of the ring bearers. So it was a family affair that week over the weekend. So it was fun. But getting on with the good stuff. You can listen to us, obviously, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, Podbean, Spotify, Facebook, Twitch, pretty much anywhere that you find your podcast, you'll find our stuff. If you're listening to us on YouTube like you are now, hopefully, hit that like and subscribe button. Hit the bell so you know when we're going live. Like Jared said earlier, Tuesdays and Fridays, he's live, and Thursdays. And Nino, I feel like he's on all the time too. So you guys are putting in some serious seat time on the YouTube channel. But yeah, I think last time I counted like 9 regular shows a week, which has been awesome during the season. I know we'll slim that down a little bit in the off season, but there is a ton of draft content getting ready to come your way. So be sure to subscribe and check it all out. If you're listening to us on Apple, please give us a 5-star review, and we'd appreciate that. As always, check out toilets2titles.com. All of our content is there. Articles, videos, anything NFL, fantasy content, whatever you need, it's there for you. And of course, patreon.com/toilets2titles. 5 different tiers right now. Check it out. We've been talking last week or two. I think we've been talking about doing some either different tiers or just different special stuff for the Patreon. So if you are a Patreon, we thank you so much. Like I said, we couldn't do a lot of this stuff without you. So thanks for being a part of it with us. And hell yeah. Let's get into it, man. it was a fun week. That's for sure. I mean, my picks were really shitty, but you kicked ass, Rich. I was happy to see that.
Yeah, good week. I'm not gonna brag
you're
too
the only
much.
one that moved. You're the only one that had a survivor pool pick too, because they hit mine. I've been off the last 2 weeks.
Well, I kind of made this comment last week and stuff like that. I feel like as the end of the season winds down and stuff, if you play it right and stuff like that, you get a lot of picks right at the end of the season because you're picking players, teams that are almost out of it, but still are trying to get other people out of it. So I feel like they play a little bit harder.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah, I don't know who you like this week.
I am taking the Pats. I all year long I haven't picked the Pats yet, so I'm taking the Pats this week.
All right. I'm gonna go. I just lost who I had one in my head I was gonna pick. I don't think I picked him yet. Oh yeah, I did. Damn it. That's okay. I already lost anyways. I'm going with Chiefs. I know they're kind of like we're not really sure. They seem like a team that they have something to play for a little bit. It's kind of a weird situation now with the game being, canceled or whatever you want to say. I guess before we move on, thank goodness he's doing a lot better. It seems like I'm not going to spend a bunch of time on that. I'm not a doctor. You could listen to it wherever you want. It was a wild situation. I think things were handled very well. And, like I said, thank God he's doing better. The one thing that I thought was good to come out of it was to see it's nice to see people all get together, whether it's on Twitter, just wherever, and show support for something like that, because it seems like a lot of times in, I guess just in the US where we don't get along with people, people aren't very nice to people. And it's nice to see it every now and then. So, you don't gotta be mean all the time. I know I'm not the nicest guy every day, but just smile and be nice to people.
You gotta warm up to me before I'm nice to you. So
yeah, well, you're a Raiders fan. You can't be too soft on the outside. Jared, if you're picking a survivor pick, who are you gonna go with? Who's your lock for winning?
Well, lock is a tough one because I think there's a lot of crazy things that need to happen this week. I mean, there's teams that can still win a division. There's teams that still can make the playoffs. But this is going to be a crazy one. I think the Rams actually upset the Seahawks to make the Sunday night game actually worth something. So I think the Rams have come out of nowhere and beat the Seahawks.
I don't think Baker would have anything to influence in that decision, right?
Hey, he's looked good.
Actually, no. But I mean, a lot of people think Stafford might play for some reason, but
that'd be wild.
He's cleared.
Should they play him?
No. That offensive line's so
100%
bad.
should play Baker.
I wouldn't want to get back there. But
I'm with you. I mean, I wouldn't put Stafford in that position, especially with the neck injury. I'd be easy with him. Let's see what he's got next year. I think next year's Stafford's last year anyway. So
yeah. I mean, like I said, if they don't try to do something with that offensive line, hell, I could see him being like, I think I'm done.
I've said this from the get-go. I think Orlando Brown's a Ram next year.
That'd be helpful. That'd be helpful for sure.
Yeah.
So, but last week, I didn't do worth the shit. Abe and I are both 4-10-1. Not a very fun week for us. Rich was 10-5-1, which I think you had 11 last week, right? Were you 11 last week? 5 last week, or 11-6 last week?
11-4, something like that. Yeah.
Oh.
Not bragging over here. No, I'm good.
You can brag. It's okay. That's what we're supposed to do here. When you do good, brag. Like I said, I suck, so I can say that I was shitty. But we got 3 games Saturday, I think, right? First one, Rich, I know you're pumped for this because, well, actually, and I was going to say too, you played a hell of a game last week.
Yeah, we did.
I didn't expect that. Nobody did. I don't know. Like Stidham just looked like he had a little bit of swagger out there, like he was having fun. And
You know what? I don't know if you go back and watch the Blitz this past Sunday. I kind of set a scenario and everything. Look, sometimes you could kind of read how the NFL is going to go and stuff like that. Now, maybe it doesn't go truly to that script and everything, but I said the Raiders were going to make it real interesting. And McDaniels coached differently. If you want, I know some people say he didn't, but he truly did. When you let Stidham drop back, play action, so much more than when you did when Carr was there. The play calling was just totally different, and it set Stidham up for success. Now, as good as he looked and everything, same result. Go into the game and stuff like that. We throw a pick. Yeah, everybody's saying it ain't Stidham and stuff like that. Offensive line got rushed back into him, knocked the ball up. But you know what? That happened with Carr too. He made some better decisions. I will say that. He did look good out there. But, man, just for me, heartbreaker, same story every week to end like that, you know?
Yeah, it was. And I mean, it was fun to see Devontae light it up. And the more I looked into it, Devontae only has like barely any less targets than he did last year. So he's still, I mean, I bitched all year about, well, what the hell, throwing the ball? He was throwing the ball. I don't know if he's not as accurate. You know, I mean, he has 30 or some less catches than last year, but, you know, Carr also had over 1,400 yards less than he threw for the year before. You know, I don't know what's going on in Las Vegas. I don't know what their plan is. Obviously, get rid of Carr, you know, but
100%.
I don't know. Like I said, I think Sunday's game, I know it said Chiefs are favored by 9. They never cover. They didn't cover last week. But I don't know. I don't know if Stidham can find magic in a bottle 2 weeks in a row. So I'm taking the Chiefs laying 9 points. What do you think, Jared?
I think the Raiders cover. I don't think it's really that big of a deal because if I'm the Chiefs, what am I doing? Number one, I'm going to give my starters some time off. All right, it's not that big of a deal. So I get that it's a rivalry game, but you know, I don't think you're going to see a whole lot out of Chris Jones. I don't see you're going to see a lot of the younger guys play. They need to get healthy for the playoffs. You know, they're already in. Then they know where they're at. I think the Raiders cover and even have a chance to win this game at home.
Don't need to say much more than that. Look, I'll talk Raiders all the whole show and stuff like that, but Jared hit it right on the thing. It would have been a different story if the Raiders had some skin in the game, but they don't. They're going out there to look. McDaniels is going to call out plays just to make Stidham look good, to make him feel like this was the right choice for the end of the season and stuff like that. And Jared said exactly. Chiefs really don't have nothing to play for. I mean, you even say, Nate, every week Chiefs don't cover. This is definitely a week where they don't cover.
9 points a lot again in a rivalry game.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
I should have picked the Raiders. I'm not changing it now. I can't. Well, I can't pick the Raiders. Rich knows. You know, I just can't do that.
Yeah, it's if you don't know, Jared, it's a dollars to deuces tradition. I'm the only one that could pick the Raiders to give me some good luck. Yeah. With that being said, I do have player prop on this. I'm taking Adams over 78.5 receiving yards.
So I like Mahomes. Well, I hit this one last week too. It depends, I guess, if he plays the whole game or not. Over 2.5 touchdowns and over 323.5. He threw for like I don't know what it was last week, but 3 touchdowns and 360 some yards, I think, something like that. So I can do it again. I think, like I said, if Stidham's going to throw it around like he did last week, they're going to score and they're going to keep throwing the ball. But if they sit Mahomes, you know, if he only plays a half or something, obviously this isn't going to hit. But I guess just be careful. You know,
I wouldn't touch either one of those for Mahomes personally.
Yeah.
If it was last week, I'd agree with you. They got nothing to play for this week. They don't care.
I thought it was different now because if they win, it's not with home field advantage. So if the Chiefs lose and the Bills win, Bills take the number 1 spot. If I remember correctly, Chiefs can lose the number 1 seed. So I get what you're saying and stuff like that. Maybe they play to a certain point where they got a good enough lead and everything, but if I remember the scenario right, Chiefs lose, Bills win, Bills have the number 1 seed.
Nah, it's
doesn't
also
the no contest like change it? I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure that the Chiefs are going to be the number 2 no matter what. Yeah. So
this game, big game, AFC South showdown to see who wins it all. I don't know. The Titans, where they lost 7 in a row or something like that now.
It's about to be 8. Whatever.
Yeah, about to be 8. I'm taking the Jags.
I think this is going to be a blowout.
I do too. They're going to beat the shit out of them.
Yeah, I don't know what the line is, but Jaguars.
Jaguars are favored by 6.5.
Abe's taking the Titans. I don't know. I think he's been doing that to like try to catch back up, which is probably what I should be doing, but I can't do that because there's no way. The Titans are terrible. I was never a fan of them the entire season. I mean, I don't know. I like Christian Kirk over 58.5 yards. Something if he gets like, I don't know how many yards he needs to get one of his player incentives of like $250,000, but it's not. I think it's a lot of catches, but it's only like 30 or 40 yards maybe to get, $250,000. So I like Kirk over 58.5 yards. There was a couple other ones I thought, but I didn't want to write down a whole shit ton of them. So
yeah, I got Jazz going too, but a player prop that I got for this game is ETN over combined yardage of 87.5. He's been involved. To me, that's a low number for him, especially with the receiving and the rushing that he's doing. As soon as I saw that, I had to jump on that.
They didn't have Lawrence's.
We might get that in the first quarter.
When I looked earlier tonight, they didn't have Lawrence's passing yardage yet. I might take that too. The over. He must turn the corner or something. Or Doug Peterson did it because he has looked very good. The last few weeks. Granted, they played Texans last week. Can't really count that, but even before that, I thought he's looked good. They've kind of been. I think I said it earlier this year, like kind of a Jekyll and Hyde team. There was a couple of weeks they'd look really, really good, and then they'd have a game, and you're just like, what the fuck just happened? Like, it looked like they had no idea what the hell was even going on. But I mean, I said I think they take this game pretty easily.
Yeah.
So, Bucks at Falcons. Bucks already wrapped up the NFC South. Just waiting to see who they're going to play first round. Can't believe they get a home game. But the Falcons are favored by 4.5 points. I read just earlier today that they said Brady will start, but I don't know if he even plays the first quarter. I could see him playing a series or two and probably being done. I like the Falcons minus 4.5. I think the Falcons are building something. It's going to take. I don't think it's going to be next year, but I think Art Smith kind of got things going in the right direction. It seems like the guys are playing hard for him, and I don't think Raiders look terrible, which makes me happy. So, Abe's on the Falcons too. Rich?
Yeah, I'm Falcons. Same thing. Bucks probably pull the players and stuff like that. They had
their line's already so goddamn hurt. They don't put any starters out there.
Well, I mean, and not to mention they freaking Brady Evans combination last week. They already got their fantasy points in and stuff like that. They're going to rest this week. So, Jared, who you got?
I think we're going to see a little coming out game. You know where Matt Flynn came in a long time ago and had a really great last week? I think we're going to see out of Kyle Trask out of Tampa Bay. So, I think we see a really big game out of him, and I think they cover and win that game.
Maybe when Matt Flynn had that awesome game, then he got paid a shit ton of money.
Threw for 400 yards and became the second stringer behind Russell Wilson. Yeah, I called that one, by the way. I said Russell Wilson going to be the starter there no matter what.
And also another Matt Flynn, another Packers, Raiders connection. So,
hell yeah. Pats, Bills. I'm by myself here, I guess. Bills are favored by 7 at home. I know after last week, I just think they got too much. They want to win, be the number 1 seed. They want to play at home. I know they're saying that the AFC Championship won't be a home game now, but they'd still probably rather play their games at home before they go somewhere. I think the Patriots have looked not very good. Their offense just seems to. Some days it moves, and other days they can't do a damn thing. Their defense generally plays well, but I still like Bills minus 7. I think, like I said, so far they're not resting anybody. I could be wrong, but I like Bills minus 7. Jared?
Here's the thing. Don't nobody want to play the Bills this week. They're going to win by 30. Like,
that's what I'm thinking.
Nobody wants them to lose. New England will barely get off the bus in this game. So it is going to – nobody wants the Bills to lose, including the NFL. So that won't even be close. It'll be over at halftime.
That's what I think.
I get everything you guys saying and stuff like that. Here is my one caveat: is I get what everybody wants and everything. I just, after what happened last week and what they actually saw on the field and everything, I think it brings them down.
No,
I don't know. Just maybe it's just me thinking that and stuff like that. But
if DeMar wasn't doing good, I would agree with you.
Yeah.
But the fact that he is being, better, he's feeling better, he's being reactive, he's writing, he's, communicating. His teammates are up there. Like the first thing he asked if they won, you don't think they ain't gonna win? They're gonna blow the doors off New England. Tell you right now, it won't even be close.
Might have 300 yards and 4 touchdowns.
Yeah, in the first quarter. It'll be ugly. I'm telling you right now. New England might not score. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
That might very be the case, and I get what you guys saying. I'm not changing. I just kind of had that feeling and stuff, and I'm gonna stick with it. So,
right. Abe's on the Pats too. I don't remember if I said that or not. So
he did.
Vikings, Bears. Bears are 7.5-point dogs at home. It's Nate Peterman show. The MVP Justin Fields is done. I don't know what's a hip. Something wrong with him? I don't even know. Doesn't matter.
Name it, it's there.
Yeah. The eliteness was not there last week. What did he throw for? 73 yards? Get the fuck out of here. Like, dude, he's got a lot of talent. I'm not taking that away from the guy. But like,
Jared, if you don't know, we are an E-rated show. We are for everyone.
Yeah, you can say whatever you want. It's
everyone.
Cool. Yeah, it's what the E's for. Everyone.
I mean, my thing about this one, the Bears ain't giving up the second pick. So
no.
They gonna get housed in this game. The field goal that happened in the Ohio State game, that's gonna happen at least 3 times. Like they ain't even trying to make it close. I don't care if it's at home, it's the last game of the season for the Bears. It's their game. Nah, bro, they ain't trying to give it. It's because the crowd will be so pissed if they lose that draft pick that they would lose their mind, because they have Will Anderson in their head right now. There's just no way we're losing him. And if they win that game, Chicago burns the whole fucking city down, right? Yep. So I'm going to tell you that right now. There's no way they're losing that game. We're going to win that game. Like, they'll burn the fucking house down. I promise you, if they win.
Just like that, Jared jumps right in knee deep.
The Vikings got to show that they're better than they showed last week when they got just embarrassed.
They can hand the ball 100 times to the running backs. It ain't going to matter.
No.
Yeah, I think we're
they're playing prevent defense and let you gain 10 yards a play. They're not winning this game. It's not happening. I don't care.
Fields probably.
What's the spread in the game? What's the spread?
7.5.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, take that. That's good.
It's like an alternate spread. They get like Vikings minus like 14 or something. I'm gonna take Bills minus 21. That'd be a good alternate spread.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you right now. I would put the Vikings plus 10 or minus 10 in a bet all day long.
Yeah,
and call it good.
Yeah, we're all on the same page. I think everybody's the same. Ravens, Bengals. Abe's taking the Ravens. I think it's the same thing, trying to get back on the right side of things. I don't think that's the way. I mean, hey, do your thing. Bengals are 7-point favorites at home. I think it's almost the same thing. Obviously it wasn't their teammate, but still it's the whole situation. The way they acted was phenomenal as well. And I think Lamar's not playing, I don't think, is he? I don't know if he plays this year. To be honest with you, I don't even know if he plays in the playoffs. I think he's done.
I think Lamar's done with the Ravens.
Yeah.
I'm going to say that right now. Done. I think he's the Carolina Panther next year. So.
Wow. That'd be sweet. But
I just so here's the thing. If Lamar was playing, I would say this game's going to be really close because it's a rivalry game. It's been a really good end of the game season type of game. But T. Higgins has 2 touchdowns in this game just to make him feel better. So.
Oh yeah. I like the Bengals minus 7. I think Burrow has a big day. T. Higgins, Jamar Chase. I just think they all have a big day. I don't think the Ravens need to do something besides. They shouldn't have fired Wink Martindale. They should have fired Mike McDonald. Is that the offensive coordinator? I can't remember now. Doesn't matter. He needs fired, not the defense coordinator. So they need to get a drop back passing game. They don't have that. and Tyler Huntley is not the answer. But like Jared said, I agree completely. I don't think Lamar's there. I don't think he wants to be there.
I don't think so either. They should have traded him this offseason when they had the chance. Because now he's going to do whatever he wants.
Yeah.
I'm on the Bengals too. Ravens ain't got none for this game in the season and stuff. I know they're probably happy where they're at as far as seeding and stuff like that. So I don't think they're going to go out and do much to try to increase that. So I think they kind of throw it back and rest their players for the playoffs.
Yeah. Texans traveling to Indianapolis to see Jeff Saturday in the park. Colts -2.5 at home. I like the Texans. I think the Colts are fucking terrible. Jeff Saturday has no business being a coach. They're like, were they 1-6 since he's been there? They've been outscored. I added it up there, and it is insane how much they I know they scored 30-some points against the Vikings, but then they gave up 30 points. Like, that's the only game they've scored. I mean, it's not even close. He has no business. Great guy, awesome player. I'm sure he's a hell of a nice guy. He's not an NFL football coach. And maybe he'll figure it out. I'll give anybody the benefit of the doubt that you're going to figure it out, but not right now. And I'm sorry. Sam Ellinger is not the answer. The Texans play hard. You got to give them that. They do. They're not good, but at least I don't know. I trust Lovie Smith a hell of a lot more than Jeff Saturday. So give me the Texans +2.5 on the road.
Yeah. So Colts,
Doug Mills.
I'm taking the Colts -2.5. I get what you're saying about them not being good, but neither of the Texans.
No, they're not. No, they're not at all.
It's just, so I'm taking the home team on there -2.5. They win by a field goal.
Jared.
So here's the thing. Even if the Texans win, they still have the first pick in the draft, right?
Yeah.
Don't matter.
Yep.
But here's the thing. The Colts need to stay where they're at. So they don't give a shit. The Texans will come to play. They know they already got the first pick. They probably have already picked C.J. Stroud. They already told him. And, as soon as he lost the game. But here's the thing. So for me, I think the Texans come in and cover, and I think they win too. I have been picking almost everything that I play with. I think that I'm with you. The Colts are trash. So, and they've given up. They've given up on the coach. They've given up on the team. They need a better draft stock. So they're going to be, 4-12, and we're going to see a 3-13 Texans. So I just believe that. So I like the line though. It's a really good line.
Oh yeah. Is that Levis? Was it Will Levis? Is he the answer?
Will Levis, I don't think he's the answer, but I think he's the, we could see Bryce Young drop because somebody's worried about him. And if that's the case, the Colts would love to grab Bryce Young at 5. So I just don't know if he drops that far. So
I think I sent you a video today because Levis he didn't throw that many touchdowns, right? Like he hasn't really torn up.
Yeah, but he's looked really. I brought this up in the thing. He's looked really good with bad players. So, and that says a lot. He's got a bad offensive line. He's pretty solid for as bad as the team is. So,
I don't know. I guess that's what they need. Like I said,
it's kind of like Matt Ryan. Remember Matt Ryan when he was drafted? They were like 1-11.
Yeah.
So, Will Levis is very similar to Matt Ryan in my opinion, and he's got the arm talent. He's got really good tape. He looks really great against Ole Miss. If you get Ole Miss, Will Levis, watch out, bro. I'm telling you that he could be the real deal because that offensive line is talented, and they've got one of the best running backs in football. So, give me another really solid, wide receiver who I think they will get in the draft. They might very well go Will Levis, Rashee Rice, back, boom, boom.
If he's going to sling it to Alec Pierce and Michael Pittman, I'll be happy. I don't give a shit who the guy is. To throw the ball to him and let Jonathan Taylor run the ball 30 times a game.
Yep.
Let me be the coach of the team. I just figured it out. See how easy that was? It's not that hard.
As long as you're not playing the Packers, we're good, right?
I'll do the same thing. They can't stop the run, so I might run it 40 times.
There you
go. Jets, Dolphins. Dolphins are eliminated, right? They lost. They're done.
Yep.
Ha! That's funny. Sorry, George. I don't mean to laugh at you, but it's funny. Jets are also toast. I still like the Jets getting 2.5 points on the road. I think it's just kind of a pride thing. Both these teams are out of it. But I guess it's a division rival. It was funny how great we thought they were both going to be. Breece Hall, Elijah Vera Tucker go out. They can't win a football game. The Dolphins, 5 in a row now they've lost. I don't think – is Skylar Thompson starting?
Yep.
So, you know, and he's looked decent. I mean, to be honest, he really has looked better than I thought he would. You know, not that I didn't think he was any good. I just didn't expect him to look how he has looked. But, you know, if the Jets defense
he
plays
looked like a passing quarterback in college. I mean, that's just that.
No.
I mean,
no. I don't know.
I got plenty of tape on Kansas State. I promise you. I don't think anybody saw what, you know, he did in the preseason. We didn't see that coming. So,
no.
But he has all the weapons on the planet. And, you know, I don't know exactly what the Jets are going to try to do, if they're going to try to get to 8-9, but the Dolphins will try to go out 9-8 because from, you know, rumors are at it, whether you want it, we want to talk about it. McDaniels is still playing for a job because how the Tua situation went, right? Because if I'm Tua, I ain't playing another down of football and I'm suing him for $150 million. So I'm going to tell you that's what I would do if I'm Tua. Because that dude's got at least four concussions this year.
Yeah.
Love or hate it. And so, I mean, they might be playing for, you know, a lower draft pick or something. They don't have one in the first round because they cheated, right? So, you know, they gave up their first round draft pick. There's no telling what's going to happen with the Dolphins this year. But I like Skylar Thompson more. But the Dolphins defense is so – I'm with you on the Jets. So
yeah, you guys.
It's a fun game, but I like the 2.5 with the Jets.
Yep.
I like Skyler with those weapons against the Jets. Look, I know Nate's been riding the Jets train, Magic Mike, White Lightning, and everything. Look, he's good for the first game, and after that, it trends off and everything. And look, the Jets have kind of trailed off with them and everything overall as far as offense and defense. Dolphins, like I said, they got Hill, they got Waddle.
Yeah, I know. I could look like an all-pro quarterback with the Dolphins. I get that.
Initially, Dolphins were +1 yesterday, and it swung to 2.5 today, which I was really shocked. Yesterday was +1 and everything. But even with it being minus 2.5, look, I'm taking Dolphins.
That's fine. I think if I could bet, there's no prop for it, but if I'd take a Sauce Gardner interception, probably. He's going to be an all-pro, right? He has to be.
Oh yeah,
I'm pretty sure I called
a lot of people have him picked as a lot of people haven't picked as rookie of the year. I think it's Jalen Petrie personally. I mean, Jalen Petrie is a top 5 tackler in the league. Yeah. So, I mean, Jalen Petrie's got better stats than almost every linebacker in football, let alone every rookie. So. And he's got more interceptions than Sauce. So
yeah,
he's an all-pro, possibly corner, but Jalen Petrie is the star of all rookie players, in my honest opinion. So,
yeah, I don't think the Dolphins. I'm with Jared. I said I think there's a lot more going on there than people think, you know, and I don't know.
There might be a lot going on there and stuff like that. Like I was mentioning earlier in our chat, I think Carr might be playing for them next year.
Or Brady.
I think Brady's going to Vegas. I think either Carr's playing.
Tom Brady in Vegas?
Hey, I'm just saying what's going on. I mean, it's the
we'll
big
talk about that another night. We can have.
Hey, he got a better chance. He's got a better chance to win a Super Bowl with Miami than he does Vegas. And the only reason he's playing next year is to win a Super Bowl.
Yep.
In Vegas. Super Bowl's in Vegas. He's going to win it with Carr going to Miami or Tampa.
Oh, Jesus.
Aaron Rodgers might be there, but
yeah, no, he ain't going to Vegas. No way. He ain't going to go to worse offensive line. Panthers, Saints getting through. Saints favored by 3.5 at home. I don't know what team shows up. The team that beat the hell out of made the Eagles look kind of dumb, or the team that we've been seeing most of the year. I still like the Panthers. You know, if they can run the football like they should have, I think the Panthers. I like them getting 3.5 points. I think it's kind of a close game, you know, field goal game. And if I can get 3.5, I'll take it. So give me the Panthers, Jared.
Originally, I was going to tell you the Panthers, but I think Cameron Jordan, this could be his last game in football. And in that aspect, I think they want to go play hard for him. So I think the Saints win this game because Cameron Jordan's it could be him and Davis's last game at all as a pro. And in that aspect, I think the Saints win and get to 8-9.
If those guys are retiring, the Saints are winning.
Yeah.
Not to mention Lattimore's back.
And that's why I think it.
Not to mention Carolina.
Lattimore looks elite, by the way.
Yes, very, very much.
Lattimore is one of the best corners in football. Love or hate it.
And speaking of corners, Panthers' top 2 corners, they ain't playing and everything. So, yeah, I mean, you and me been riding the Panthers on a lot of these spreads. I just think this is the week, just like what Jared was saying with Cam Jordan and with Lattimore being back. Their defense is still something to not to laugh at and everything. And to be honest with you, Dalton hasn't looked bad with the options that he has and everything there. So, yeah, I'm taking Saints minus, what is it, minus 3.5?
Yep. Browns, Steelers. Steelers got to win. Hey, they got to win to keep the streak alive. No under 500 season for Tomlin. By the way, he is one of the best coaches in football. What he has done with a team like that and made them, it's year in, year out. I love Mike Tomlin. Steelers, give me him at home. I don't know. I think it's gonna be a close game, but I like the Steelers and I like Nick Chubb over 71.5 yards.
Yeah, this is a divisional game. They're always close especially with this division. Initially, I had the Browns earlier, but the more I started looking at just everything in general, what's stacking up and everything, I changed my mind. I went with the Steelers. I do have a player prop, Watson, over 20.5 rushing yards. Might be running for his life.
Jared?
I'm kind of with you. Here's the thing. In the last 3 games, Deshaun Watson hasn't even thrown for over 190 yards, even hit 190. He's only hit over 200 once this season, and the Steelers are going to wreak havoc on that dude. He's 5-3 with a QBR of 78. Deshaun Watson he threw 3 touchdowns last week, but Washington's terrible. So, yeah, the Steelers going to stay above 500. They're going to own the Browns. It's going to be another laughing thing that everybody gets to have. Everybody doesn't want them to win anyway in this game. So I'm with you. I think Tomlin is still one of the best coaches in football. They have the, TJ Watt, everybody. I think you're going to see this is kind of just to show what they're going to be next year. I think Pittsburgh is the number 2 team in the division next year, and the other 2 go right back to the bottom.
If they could get that offensive line, they goddamn, it's still so bad. And Najee Harris still looks fucking awesome. But if that offensive line was just like a little bit better, holy shit, that team would. Yeah, they're gonna be good.
That's the crazy thing is people don't. We've done all these mock drafts, and Joey Porter and all these people. The Steelers need another lineman, dude. I mean, we don't keep doing it, and I think that they grab. I love Anton Harrison at Oklahoma. That late to the Steelers, and I think that's where they go personally.
That's where I need to go.
So,
Giants at Eagles. Eagles are favored by 14 points at home. I'm the only one that's taking the Eagles just because the Giants aren't playing anybody. I know that's a shit ton of points, but I don't see, the Giants aren't real deep as a team anyways. They're throwing touchdowns to Richie James and random ass dudes you never heard of. And Saquon's not going to play. Daniel Jones probably isn't going to play. I mean, they're not playing anybody. And I know 14's a lot, but I don't know who's going to score for the Giants. The Eagles need to win. And they're going to win. We know that. I mean, I should have bet this like 2 days ago, and it was like minus 12, but it's a lot of points.
So here's my question in that. Why aren't the Giants going to play their players? Because they're on like the cusp, aren't they?
No, they're in.
No, they're already in.
They're in, and they can't – I mean, there's no moving or nothing. They're in, and that's it. So they've all said.
But the Eagles could still win the division, right?
Yeah, they can still get the number 1 seed. They have to win,
which they should have got it last week. But
yeah, they should have. But
so I'm with you. That's a lot of points, though. And I don't care in any sport. Like I think they win by 10, 14's a ton. I
don't know who's going to score for the Giants. That's the only thing. I don't know.
I mean,
I didn't know who the quarterback
I understand that.
Tyrod Taylor. So maybe I should pick the Giants, but I don't care. Give me the Eagles. Minus 14, whatever.
I get everything you're saying. I get it, but it's minus. That's a big spread.
Yeah, 2 touchdowns. I know.
I get, but I like to believe the Giants are gonna. This is one of those games that everybody's thinking, oh yeah, Eagles are gonna win this one and stuff like that. But the Giants cover the spread to help out gambling, casinos, and all that and everything. Look. Giants cover the spread on this one on the back end.
All the money's going there anyways. Keep moving. Yeah. Done.
Either they win by 17 or they lose, or they
win by.
It's not going to be right at 14. They're going to win by 17 or they're going to lose by 10. Yeah. Or win by 10. That's what it is. So
Cowboys.
I think it's 10. So
Commandos, whatever the fuck you want to call them. Commanders getting 7 points at home. Sam Howell starting. Riverboat Ron didn't know they weren't even. That they were out of it. Sorry, dude. Taylor Heineke show's over. I don't think Sam Howell. We'll see. We'll see. He lit it up in North Carolina with some Daz and Diami Brown, who are nowhere to be found now. Maybe they will. I hope they come back because they were fun to watch. North Carolina.
Brown's on that team, Mindy.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Hey, that's a good touchdown.
So
that's the touchdown prop to bet is Diami Brown touchdown this Sunday because Sam Howell's going to sling it to him like back in the day. In their powder blue.
I like Sam. I think Sam Howell's the best quarterback on that roster. So
probably.
But I mean, thing is there's times where Heineke's look good. There's times where Wentz looked good 3 years ago. But I can't believe they traded for him personally.
Wentz is done. He's done. There's
I'm with
chance. No, he's not going to con somebody into coming to play for him. He's done. I'm sorry. But I'm taking the Cowboys.
Yeah.
Another thing, same with like. The Eagles, Cowboy, they need to win. 7 points, that's not a lot. The Commanders are not good. You said that earlier, Jared. They're a bad football team. I don't know. The Cowboys kind of don't look the best sometimes, but yeah, I'm taking them. Just a touchdown, no problem. Rich?
Yeah, I'm picking the Cowboys. I got Sam Howell in a 4th round of a Devy draft. Just to stash him and everything. I hope he comes out and looks like Brock Purdy is what I'm really hoping for and everything. So I don't know. I'm going Cowboys. I think, defense, the Cowboys defense is going to make do a little terrorizing. Let's just put it that way. Him, Parsons.
Is Parsons going to play or is he still kind of got a lingering injury? So he's going to, I don't know. I thought he was like
if I'm the Cowboys, obviously I think they're going to be keeping a big eye on the scoreboard. It sucks that they don't get to see what's going on in that game. I think they wish that they were flexed, to the later game or the one was flexed to the noon game because they're going to play based on the other game. Because if you see the Eagles are up by 17, nobody's coming out in the second half. I promise you that right now.
No.
Not a soul's coming out in the second half for the Cowboys because that's the only thing they're playing for right now.
Do you think if they were playing at Jerry World in Dallas that he would have the game on the Jumbotron while they were playing?
Yes.
that'd be fucking great.
100%. It would be 100%.
Like the actual game, not just the score. Like have the game playing while we're going. That'd be the best thing ever. Just be like, I don't care.
Yeah, because it would definitely be up because they got to know. They have to know.
Chargers, Broncos. Abe's going to ride one last time with Russ Wilson and that dog shit team. Give me the Chargers. That team's coming on hot. I know they don't care. They can't really do anything. I just think the Broncos are so bad that it doesn't matter. I think the Chargers are getting healthy at the right time. They are going to be something to deal with. I'm pumped to see Justin Herbert in the playoffs. I think he's probably a top 5 quarterback in the NFL. And I think they win this one.
I agree.
I just don't understand how Broncos are favored. I get they're at home and everything, but man, I don't understand why they were favored. If you ask me.
Here's my thing. Did anybody watch the Rams hang 51 on the Broncos? Yeah, because I did. So why do we not think the Chargers are going to do the same thing?
The Chargers should hang 100 points. If the Rams could score 50,
literally, Duke Kelly, they can literally run for days on the Broncos. I don't know how the Broncos are favored in this game. I'm with you. Just all you got to do is watch the Rams tape.
All right, so quick fantasy football question going into next year. Eckler or McCaffrey?
Eckler.
Jared?
I always worry about McCaffrey's. I just do. I mean, granted, the scheme he's in now is so much better, and he's got a real head coach, not some dipshit like Eckler has. But I don't know. Maybe it is McCaffrey time. Maybe he's.
I think Eckler's going. I mean, it's going to be close. I think Eckler's still top 5 running back, but I think McCaffrey could easily, as long as he stays healthy, he's for me, he's probably number 1.
Yeah. Eckler, this game in
it's a perfect system.
Standard PPR scoring and everything. Eckler did not score a single game under 11 points, fantasy points. Had, if I remember correctly, had 7 games over 25 fantasy points. He's doing it on the ground. He's doing it on the floor, in the air. And then you got Herbert throwing to you. To me,
awesome offensive line.
With a bad line.
Well, they played bad, but they should be better.
Well, yeah, they've been injured. That offensive lineman, they lost Slater like week 2. If depending, with their schedule, the Chargers are going to have an elite schedule next year. So watch out. Eckler could absolutely ball out, and I think that you're going to see the Niners face a much tougher schedule.
The Chargers are going to get that Gonzaga schedule and just fucking light them up. They'll be 14-3. Go roll. They won't. It'll be fun. Rams, Seahawks. Jared talked about this one earlier. I probably should change my pick, but I can't because I was talking to a buddy about it. I'm hoping it'll make the game Sunday night more fun. But I don't know what Baker's showing up. I don't know. And I've always cheered for Baker. I've always been a fan of Baker. I think he's kind of got the short end of the stick. He got ran out of Cleveland for no fucking reason. But Sean McVay, in my opinion, is a phenomenal coach. He made Jared Goff look great. And I'm not saying he made Baker look great, but the first game, sorry, Rich, when they beat the Raiders, literally they were literally calling plays like in a fucking backyard. He's calling them into them. It's just fun shit. Like they're so good together. They can be, you know what I mean? Like I think McVay is just the little bit that anybody needs to be better. And Cam Akers looks great, which, Baker's awesome at the play action, which, just helps everything. But I think Peter's going to have the boys ready to play. Their defenses look great. It's crazy to me how good the rookies have been for the Seahawks. Both tackles. Tariq Woolen's been just a stud. This one's tough for me, but I'm taking the Seahawks. I think they know what they got to do to get done. But I also think the Rams want to go in and they want to ruin the day for their, division rival. So, damn it. I'm taking the Seahawks. I shouldn't, but
I'm not changing my pick either. I'm
not
Seahawks.
changing.
Seahawks have done enough this season and stuff like that where I have to lean their way and everything. Look, Kenneth Walker is looking good. I mean, he's gotten over his injuries and everything. It's given the opportunity. Geno Smith has been doing what he needs to do to make the offense run. Lockett is back another week. Like I said, and Seahawks defense is just, like I said, even with the rookies and everything. I mean, they've been doing having some great games. It's that Seahawks, hard place to win in. I have to go Seahawks.
Was he a San Antonio kid? UTSA? Why do I think that's where he went?
Who?
Tariq Woolen. That cornerback for the Seahawks has been a stud.
Woolen, I think he went to San Antonio.
And then Kobe Bryant's there too, right? The Cincinnati kid. I think they drafted him too. Yeah.
Yep.
They got some dudes. Jared, you like the Rams?
Yeah, he's UTSA. You're right.
I couldn't remember. You like your Rams? You're on the Rams.
Yeah. So here's my thing: Jordan Brooks tore his ACL last week. Right. That's huge.
Yeah.
Right. Bobby Wagner is trying to show that they messed up by getting rid of him. The Baker's had a good game, bad game, good game, bad game. Guess what? Gonna have a good game. They want to show that they made the right decision by grabbing him the last game. The Seahawks need to win, but that defense is not very strong. Woolen's been good, but he's not been great.
Yeah.
I just think that their rush defense is not going to be there because you lose Jordan Brooks. I'm sorry, you got to give me the Rams in this one just because Baker's due for a good game, and so are the Rams.
I literally talked myself out of taking the Seahawks the entire time. Yeah, I got to change it. I can't do this.
I'm giving you the option right now. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm going to change it.
Bobby Swagner, baby. Hey, he going to shut it down.
Cam Akers has a big game, too. I don't remember what the over was. It was something big. Give me Cam Akers, too, over. It's probably like 70 yards. Actually, it's less than that. No, it is 70. Oh. Give me Cam's over. Cardinals, Niners. ETN, Zeke, Akers, Algier, start 3. ETN, the first 3. I don't know that Falcons game. Nobody really care. I don't think they really care too much. ETN, we talked about earlier. I think we have a big game. I just said Cam Akers, and I think Zeke. God, that makes it hard. It's hard to pick Zeke because
I'm benching Zeke out of these 3.
I might too. I might start Algier just because he's going to get the ball because they want to know what they know what they got.
They know they got them with them.
So.
I don't know if Jared said something. He kind of locked up on us.
Yeah, look, I am taking ETN, Akers, and Algier. Go ahead, Jared.
No, I'm with you. I think you got to play Akers, Algier, and ETN. Zeke's you just don't know how much you're going to play. So,
Cardinals, Niners, 14-point favorites at home. If they lose, so they can still fall. And if they win, I think they can be the number 2 seed. I like 49ers. The Cardinals, David Blau, he tried his best. I know the 49ers. What the hell is that?
My fault.
Oh.
Bring me in. I'm coming in another one. I'm losing battery in the.
Okay. There we go. The 49ers didn't look that good last week. I get that, but I don't know. They have to win. 14 is it's so many goddamn points. I'm switching. Give me the Cardinals. Cardinals plus 14. I know the 49ers win, but I don't think they win by 2 touchdowns.
This is one that I am going to go that big of a spread. Hopkins is probably not going to play.
He's not playing.
So I just don't. I don't know what you got to throw at the.
Rondale Moore.
What's that?
Rondale Moore.
Man, you're talking about the 49ers defense.
Yeah,
I know the Raiders. Put points up on them, but it ain't going to happen this week against the Cardinals. I think 49ers smash this and cover that 14.
Jared.
So remember the last time they played?
No.
It was rainy, whatever. And it was an absolute freaking blowout. That's exactly what's going to happen again. They played in Mexico,
Oh.
Yeah, you're right.
It was a fucking blowout, and Hopkins played in that game. Well, Hopkins ain't playing in this game. It's going to be a blowout again. 14 points is easy.
Just kidding. I hit the undo button.
They'll be up 17 points week, the first quarter.
Yeah, the Cardinals stink. Cliff's getting fired.
Hey, I think so too. So if Kyler Murray wasn't hurt, I would tell you I think that Sean Payton would be the new head coach of the Arizona Cardinals. Kyler Murray being hurt throws a whole different wrench in it. I'm tearing an ACL this late. He might not play until Thanksgiving.
I got something on my phone yesterday before, and it was like Kyler might miss most of the season, which would make sense because when he tore it, but he might not play next year at all. And I don't know. Yeah, good luck.
It's going to be an interesting one. I don't know who the new head coach is going to be there, but they're probably going to, because their GM stepped away for personal reasons, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think they clean house, absolutely clean house, and it's just going to be one of those things. We gave all you guys a chance. We let we've been part of the TV show on HBO, and you guys just haven't done anything, and we gave you everything you wanted, everything you wanted.
Yeah, they played so bad they made J.J. Watt retire.
Yeah. And so I still think that's going to be a little iffy because I still think Pittsburgh goes after him.
That'd be fucking wild. Have all three of them
have
there
all
together?
3 Watts. And he said it. He said, we've discussed it. I think we might see instead of, 1 game or 2 games of me not playing, I think we see, a full season of TJ or JJ going out. So I'm with you. I think Cliff Kingsbury's done. I just don't know who the head coach is going to be. If Kyler Murray was healthy, I would tell you 100% it would be, Sean Payton. But
yeah, who knows? And Sunday night, Lions, Packers. Packers favored by 4.5 at home at Lambeau. Go ahead, Rich.
I'm always going to pick the Packers for you guys, kind of like how you guys don't pick the Raiders for me. But to be honest with you, look, I don't think Rodgers wants to have a game like he did last time against his team. Which kind of leads out. Look, I'm picking Packers minus 4.5, and the player prop that I got is under 0.5 interceptions. It'll be 0 interceptions this game after the game he played against them last time.
Yeah, they finally, for the first time, I don't remember the last time they played actual complimentary football against the Vikings. All 3 phases. It was fun. It would have been fun to have that game in Minnesota, not hear that stupid fucking horn blowing the whole goddamn game. But yeah, they, like I said, they're playing well. I don't trust them still. But they've looked good. And I think,
it's winning they're in, right?
Yeah.
What? Well, don't they have the Rams have to win, right?
No, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
If the Packers win
and they're in.
Yeah, Packers win, they're in. Seahawks win, Packers lose, Seahawks are in. Seahawks lose, Packers lose, Lions are in. But if the Packers win, it doesn't matter, they're in. That's why they got flexed.
Yeah, so that's why the Seahawks one is interesting, and that's why I think it goes that way. And if that happens, and I think that's what everybody wants, the flex is going to happen, we want to see the win you're in, and you're going to see Aaron Rodgers go absolutely ham in this game. Just like he said years ago, it's time to relax. Earlier in the season, I don't know what you guys are worried about.
Everybody's calling for everybody except Abe and I are like, oh, we want Jordan Love. It's like, nah, I'm good.
I kind of still want to see Jordan Love. And here's the thing.
I saw enough of him. We can trade him now.
Well, I don't think you are going to trade him. I think he's going to be your quarterback next year. So
no, Jared, don't say that.
Here's the thing. If you know that you can trade Aaron Rodgers for a first-round draft pick and you're not going to get him next year, why wouldn't you do it?
Because
Jordan Love has looked decent. It's just like the Aaron Rodgers situation. He played enough behind him that he looks good when he plays. And he came in, 8 for 10. What more you want from the kid?
I just know 3 in a row is not a real thing.
Huh?
3 good quarterbacks in a row is not a real thing. It can't happen.
It is when you do it right, and they're doing it right. And it's just going to happen. It's just how it's meant to be. The Packers are not a dog shit ran company and, team. And this is what's going to happen. Aaron Rodgers is going to make his pick. Hey, I'm either going to Tampa, I'm going to Las Vegas with Adams again, or I'm going to stay here and get pissed off that I don't have another wide receiver again. And that's not going to happen.
Maybe they bring Adams back.
No.
I know.
Adams ain't going nowhere.
I'm taking the Lions plus 4.5. Jared, I have to say that. I'm superstitious. I've been picking against the Packers for the last 5 weeks.
Okay, well, I think the Packers win by 10. So,
yeah, me too. But Lions plus 4.5. I'm superstitious as shit. Abe also picked the Lions. This is what we do. I just can't. I can't.
I understand. The thing is they're winning they're in, especially if I have the Rams winning like I do, then I think he has the ball. And for that to happen, I think Dylan has a big game, a huge game, by the way.
Yep.
I think Dylan, anytime touchdown, bet for Dylan is a must. I'm betting for $1 billion on it.
I do like Aaron Jones over 87.5 yards combined for everything. He had over 100 on the ground last week. So, yeah, I know he's been nursing an injury, but he's still – they're like, oh, he nurses injury. He still plays fucking half the snaps.
Yep. This might be Aaron Jones last year as a Packer. So,
yeah, and that's fine. I don't want him to leave, but I could see it. And Patrick Taylor runs hard. Kid out of Memphis, he's no he's no monster, but he runs really hard, and A.J. Dillon can be the number one. It's
this
fine.
running back class is loaded. Tajay Spears replacing Jones would be an amazing grab. So
We'll be fine.
They'll be just fine. So, but Dillon, I think, has a big game against them. I think James Houston also gets a sack against Aaron Rodgers.
Probably. Lions defense, I still don't think is good, and I won't.
They've been really solid against the run last 4 weeks. Really solid.
I mean, they were really bad all year until they were historically bad until they played the Packers. That's how it worked. Remember, the Bears were really shitty too, and they played the Packers. The Bears defense looked good. I don't know. They kind of turned things around, but we'll see what happens. All right, long shot bets. This one is I couldn't find a fun one that I wanted where I wanted a bunch of touchdown scores. So this is Travis Kelce, Christian Kirk, and Steph Diggs all to score the first touchdown of their respective games. It's plus 330 to 1. Only because Diggs, I would bet Diggs by himself to score the first touchdown of the game without a doubt. After how things went, I think that's a lock. Christian Kirk, like I said earlier, is playing for a shit ton, and Travis Kelce is Travis Kelce. So I really don't think like this bet's probably not going to hit, but like this is one I feel more comfortable about than normally betting first touchdown scores. So yeah, give me Kelce, Kirk, Diggs, first touchdown.
Yes, and my long shot of the week is record-breaking. Justin Jefferson, 194 plus receiving yards, plus 600.
Yeah, motherfucker couldn't even get 34 yards against Packers, could he?
Horrible game last week, but he's going to go out there. They're going to force feed him the ball. Yeah, he might go for 200 plus.
I don't doubt that. I mean, he's one of the best there is, but it was just fun last week. All right. Beard.
Time for you to shine, baby. Time for you to shine.
I don't know. We can't talk for an hour about it, but we could, I guess.
We can talk a little bit
game Saturday is Sunday at 1:00. They used to be, I'm pretty sure these were both in the conference of the town I live in of the college. I don't know if they are anymore. But we used to play them every year. So North Dakota State at South Dakota State. I don't know where this game's even played, to be honest. I feel bad about saying that. South Dakota State currently is favored by 5.5. I got to go Bison. Give me North Dakota State.
So last year, didn't South Dakota State upset them in the championship?
Yep.
I think it happens again. I mean,
South Dakota State's favored this year.
No, they're favored, and I just saying I think they win 2 in a row. We watched North Dakota State, win 5 in a row.
Yeah.
I think we see that out of South Dakota State.
They've won 11 of the last 13 or something stupid.
Yeah, it's bonkers. Their coach should have went a different way. I mean, it's hard to let him leave anyway. It's just I'm trying to figure out where they're playing it at. But I like South Dakota State in general. If they're 13-1 on the season, it really should be 14-0. I don't think I mess with the Jackrabbits this year, so I like them to win it.
And with that, you make my choice so much easier and so much easier. Except I also went South Dakota minus 5.5.
Frisco, Texas. Jared, you're close. You better go.
Where's it at?
Toyota Stadium, Frisco, Texas. You can get seats for $80. You better go.
It's Saturday?
Yeah, no, Sunday, 1:00.
I mean, I'm going to be in Dallas.
Yeah, so get your Christian Watson jersey. Go cheer on the Bison.
Yeah.
Okay. Big game. Monday night. I'm excited to hear what Jared has to say about this game, to be honest with you. That's championship. I was hoping my Wolverines were going to play in it, but Harbaugh sucks. Get the hell out of town, dude. I can't wait until he's the Broncos coach, and him and the khakis are dark brown because he sucks. So, yeah, good luck to him. I like Georgia. They're favored by 12.5 points. I know I was all over Michigan going to beat TCU because TCU is done, blah, 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 blah. I know Georgia started out slow against Ohio State, but Jared knows, God damn it, they're good. I don't see it slowing down. And I'd like Jared also to explain to me why everybody thinks that the receiver from TCU is going to be the first kid drafted when it should be like Jalen Hyatt or a kid from Ohio State. So, yeah,
real quick, the reason why it's not Jalen Hyatt, he's one of the worst players against press coverage in football. He's only beat one press coverage pass the entire season.
Well, it's college. They don't play against press coverage.
Well, I mean, to a point, right? To where you got Quentin Johnson. He's just a big guy. He's basically what everybody was hoping out of Kelvin Benjamin. He's big, fast, high points the ball really well.
I can't trust the TCU receiver because Jalen Reagor ruined it for me.
And I get that, but Jalen Reagor was based off of, legit based off scheme. You know what I mean? He gets open. He basically Jalen Hyatt, doesn't play press coverage, wide open passes, so that's why you're getting, Quentin Johnson is the number one. Now, I don't think he really is the number one. I like JSN better.
Me too. Thank you. What the fuck? Why can't he be the best?
JSN's my guy. He's been my guy from the beginning. Jack Smith and Najigba is just amazing to me.
He'd look good in the Packers uniform at like 14 or 15 when we get a draft.
Oh man, that would be a heck of a grab personally.
I mean, he won't, but that'd be cool.
He won't because they just won't draft a guy. So there's that. It's funny. So obviously, like I've already had this conversation today on CFB Nation
2 or 3 times.
Somebody asked me what need to happen for Georgia to win the game and what needs to happen for TCU to win the game. Well, it kind of goes both ways. Georgia, Stetson Bennett needs to not be what he was last game, right? He got lucky. He should have thrown 3 interceptions dead into players' hands that were drops. I mean, legit drops to where TCU turned Michigan over more times in one game than Michigan's turned the ball over all season.
Yep.
Right. That's exactly what has to happen. TCU has to get them to turn the ball over, and Stetson Bennett needs to turn the ball over for TCU to win. 12.5 points. At one point, it was 14, and I bet the bricks off it, by the way, because I have TCU winning this game outright. They're the one team that's trailed 6 times this year and won all of them. Like, they do not play bad from behind, right? Georgia's only had to play from behind one time this season, and they struggled with this type of offense when they played Texas State against Quentin Cephas, who absolutely embarrassed Keelan Ringo, right? Keelan Ringo got embarrassed versus Marvin Harrison Jr. the other day. He's going to get embarrassed again against Quentin Johnson. So 6 foot versus 6'3.5", really 6'4". He's a big kid. He's just going to body him. That's all he has to do. You're going to see a lot of schemes. Sonny Dykes absolutely plays games versus the SEC. If you've seen Sonny Dykes play against the SEC in any kind of offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator, aspects, Sonny Dykes actually absolutely balls out. What's up?
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Hey, I know you're going on about TCU, but Keegan, Georgia, TCU, who wins?
Oh, yeah. See, Georgia's probably going to win, but I want TCU to win.
Okay, hey, Jared, who's going to win?
12.5.
What do you say?
With the spread, Georgia 12.5.
I say TCU.
I'm with you.
I got to cheer for Georgia because it's like Green Bay's like mini Georgia. We just keep drafting all these guys.
I have faith.
Right. I mean, TCU's up tempo. They're playing well. They're playing in Hollywood. It's a Hollywood story. My man KT brought this up. Georgia is favored by 12.5 points, which is like a record for a national championship game. If you don't think Sonny Dykes was preparing for Georgia before Michigan, you're wrong. I mean, it's just who he is. He will always look at the team ahead. The team he thinks he can't beat is the team he's going to prepare for. The thing with, Georgia, they have to worry. They have to focus on one thing, right? Ohio State's defense does not scare you. I'm going to tell you right now, they ain't played a 3-3-5. He's got 9 days to worry about a 3-3-5 defense. Kirby Smart does, right? They ain't played a 3-3-5 defense all season, and you have to play it against TCU. And Winters is an absolute dog in the middle, plays really well. Winters coming. I'm telling you right now, it's 12.5 points is an easy bet for me, and I love it. It was 14, opened at 14. and I bet a G on it. So,
Wow.
Well, the good news is I'm going to bet TCU now because you talked me into it. And LaDainian Thompson's probably going to be at that game, right?
100%.
Yeah, now fuck it. Give me the Horned Frogs. I'm switching my bet.
I already had him, man.
Biggest game in there. I mean, it's a Hollywood story. Sonny Dykes' first season, and they're in the national championship. Come on, bro. Like, give me all of this.
Oh, yeah. Fuck yeah. The Horned Frogs.
Lick the fingers. All right. There's a real Red Rocket now, okay? And his name's Matt Duggan.
Fuck yeah.
Watch out. And this is the reason why we bring Jared on the show to talk this, because, man, I don't need to say anything because I don't know anything about college football. This man right here does, and he picked the two teams I'm picking to win too.
Yeah, I mean, it's just the fact, and I said this earlier tonight in a different show on CFP Nation. A.J. McCarron finished with the loss against Oklahoma, his last game, with an absolute monster better team than Oklahoma had, right? Sonny Dykes and Lincoln Riley's little brother, who's the offensive coordinator at TCU, right? People don't really know that, and me and Neil were just talking about it. If you don't think that they're ready for Georgia, you're wrong. So, I mean, they're getting to play a pro-style defense and a spread offense. They're all about this life. Sonny Dykes and Riley will be 100% ready for that. I don't know if Kirby Smart's defensive coordinator is prepared for this. I mean, 9 days to get ready is different. Right, there's a lot of moving parts at TCU. They struggled against a running quarterback. Max Duggan will absolutely run the heart of it. Right, he's a better passer than Jake Locker, but that's who he is. You can't stop him running. So, and I don't think they can stop TCU's wide receivers. And love or hate it, Georgia doesn't have good wide receivers. TCU has good corners. They have a really, really solid defense. And I talked Nino into it last week. I said, give me all this money against Michigan because 9 points is a ton to me. And I said, they're going to beat them outright. And he told me I was wrong. I didn't feel very wrong after the first quarter. I don't know about y'all, but I felt really good about that bet. So especially going into it with 2 minutes left, I was drinking. I was like, what are you so happy about? I'm like, listen, 10 points with 2 minutes left. It don't matter if they win. I still won the money. So $1,000 and 14 points was easy for me.
Yeah.
So, and real quick, gives Nino a shout out. The backup running back, if Miller can't go for TCU, is from Inglewood, California. So in that aspect.
Except George Pickens.
Right. With that aspect, with TCU's dude at running back who absolutely balled out against Michigan, who's like the best team against the run in football. He torched him in the second half. He's from Hollywood. So guess what? Give me TCU. I'm telling you. I mean, it's just the story's too good.
Oh, yeah.
So, all right. Don't need to change my mind.
Nope.
Fear the frog.
Fear the frog. That's what he said. Fear the frog.
I was too, Joe, until how shitty Michigan looked. They got beat by 40 by Georgia. Harbaugh would have shit his khakis. All right.
I mean, I still think Harbaugh's going to be Carolina's new head coach. So,
no, he's going to Denver.
I wouldn't want that.
He's going to Denver. Him and Russ are going to cook.
Maybe Lincoln
They're
Riley.
Cook shit sandwiches. You think so? Might be better. All right. Last week, not worth a shit. Rich kicking ass again. Who do you like, Rich? Who's your 5 favorite?
Raiders +9, Jags -6.5, Bengals -7, Dolphins -2.5, and Packers -4.5. I am finishing this season out with 5 freaking damn points.
So am I. I like Jags -6.5, Falcons -4.5, Bills -7, Vikings -7.5, and Bengals -7. I feel more confident about those than I have it for a while. So yeah, I like those. Jared, you got 5 of them for us or no?
Yep. So I'm just going over the thing real quick. I love. This is backwards. Let's say week 4.
If you scroll all the way down, it'll fuck up. Sorry.
Well, I didn't think I scrolled all the way down, but for some reason it's doing it anyway.
I'm putting your picks in right now on top. So,
all right. So I have the Packers to win outright at another 4.5. I have the Bills to absolutely destroy them. I know they're only favored by 3 or 4.
7.
I have the Bengals to win big.
Oh, they're 7 too.
Yeah, Bengals -7.
I have what's the other one that we were talking about? I have the Steelers winning outright, and then I have the Saints.
Steelers 2.5.
What's Saints spread?
Saints was
3.
3 or 3.5.
Yeah, 3.5.
Good. I like it. Hell yeah.
I hope to be 5 for 5. So
That'd be awesome. We all work. That'd be like the first time ever.
it would be kind of cool.
All right. So make sure if you go tomorrow night, check out P2P. We did a little D2D, does P2P right tonight.
That's right.
Before the draft, we'll make sure we get Nino on here too. It's just hard because he's on the right coast time and we're in the middle of this country. So because it's late. It's way past my bedtime. But we never did our shot for our long shot bet either, did we? I got a little bit of a cocktail left.
I got a little bit left. Cheers, long shots.
Hell yeah. But Jared, thanks for joining us. Again, find Jared on Tuesday nights and Friday nights. I don't know what, like I said, what kind of things are going to switch up a little bit, I think, after the season. Jared, you're always welcome on Wednesday nights with us whenever you want. Especially, like I said, we ain't got a whole lot of season left, but, if you get bored,
I'm here. Maybe we'll talk some golf coming up next year. So,
yeah, actually, we'll talk about that after the show. And check us out, toadstyles.com. Check the show at toadstyles on Twitter. Hit the like and subscribe on YouTube. Appreciate it. And good luck, good gambling. And keep staying positive and testing negative. We will see you next week.